we are here, and we're so happy to be speaking with you again. So if you have any questions, we're ready.
Yeah, thank you. So lately, I've been getting these messages on taking that step forward, going forward, pressing forward, moving forward, but I'm not so sure how to figure out what I'm doing to not take those steps forward. It's kind of like maybe I'm kind of like stuck in that place. So I had a tarot reading of a card. One of our members does tarot readings, and she gave me the Five of Cups. And she basically said that I'm so focused. There's one cup in the hand, and then the other four kind of like around me, but I'm not focused on the other four, which are supposedly resources that I can have for myself, but I won't because I'm holding that one cup. So
Yes.
as I'm pondering all of that, I'm like, what are the other four and what cup am I holding?
Yes. And that is your question?
Yes, it's like, what do you have any insight on that for me?
Well, what we would say is that that's a very good representation of being stuck in a narrow way of looking at things.
Okay.
And we cannot tell you what those cups are because that is your discovery. And you will discover it through your emotions and knowing what feels good, what feels right. It will be a feeling that you cannot do anything differently. You have to do this thing when you are truly inspired to go into action on something.
Okay.
So go through your emotions for that. Just listen to your emotions, feel those emotions. But we would say that many humans are very rigid-minded. They have belief systems that tell them certain things, and that's how they focus. That's what they believe in. And this work that all of you are doing in the channeling courses is to open up that conscious perspective, that there is much more free-flowing information out there. But in the physical experience, it feels very rigid. The rules of society, the rules of being human are very rigid, but they are not really rigid. Only in your belief systems, in what you've learned growing up, they are rigid. So open yourself up to more is what we would suggest. We would also suggest that there are many belief systems in humans that will not serve them. And everyone has these, including Susie the channeler. She has been working on her inner belief systems to try to open her consciousness up even wider. Because as you go through this work, you're going to come across some moments of difficulty, of contrast, because you're trying to push through further. You're trying to open up wider. But you can't do that until you start looking at some negative belief systems, some belief systems that are not serving who you really are. So once you're more in the flow, once you're allowing yourself to release the rigidity of certain ideas, of certain ways things have to look, of certain ways society expects things to look, you will start opening up those other cups. Those other cups will come and be more easily seen by you.
Okay.
But one thing that you could do is to ask yourself, what am I afraid of in opening up wider?
Ooh, okay.
What is under the surface that may be stopping me from getting these answers? Is there feelings of unworthiness? Is there feelings of something that may be holding you back? And that's a journey for all humans because it is such a dense environment and you get a lot of negative belief systems. So that's where we would start looking because they are there. The other cups are there, and we would say there's many more.
Right.
When you get those 4, there'll be another 4. There'll be another 10. Just keep opening your consciousness to more.
Oh, okay.
And yes. Does this resonate
Yes,
with you?
yes, it does. Even when you were talking about the questions to ask yourself, it's like, yeah, they feel like something is there that I probably need to allow to come up to the surface.
Yes.
So yes, that does make a little bit of sense.
It is an ongoing journey.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because it's been something that I've been pondering and wondering what is it, because I can't feel it, I can't see it. So you say go use the emotions to kind of guide me.
Yes, exactly. And if you feel more negative thoughts or negative feelings, we'll say,
Mm-hmm.
if you start to feel negative feelings, stop and think about what is causing this negative feeling. Because any negative feeling is coming from a belief system.
Okay.
So stop and think about that and ask the question, what is causing this feeling?
Okay.
And you could say, it's the way that person looked at me, but that is the trigger of that emotion, but it is not where that emotion is. That emotion comes from deep within.
Right.
That person doesn't create that emotion in you. That emotion comes from within. And that's where you can shift by feeling into the emotion, asking yourself, what does this really reflect in my belief systems?
Okay.
That I'm not good enough?
Okay. That makes a
Or
lot of sense.
whatever else comes to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. That's very helpful. Thank you.